Good evening. The energization of the Sarawak-Sabah Power Grid Interconnection project marks a historic moment in the landscape of strategic energy cooperation in Borneo, thus opening a new chapter towards sustainable energy transition and strengthening regional grid integration. Straw Premier, Dato Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Dato Abang Openg said the project is a long-term strategic investment that will not only enhance energy resilience and support the sustainable growth of Sarawak, Sabah, and the Borneo region as a whole. He stressed that in this context, the Sarawak-Sabah power grid interconnection is a practical example of how renewable energy sources can support the energy transition in a tangible and effective way, while also improving the reliability of the system and energy security of both states.
Electrons can now flow more efficiently across state boundaries, optimizing the use of generation resources and ensuring supply is available where and when it is needed most. This is energy resilience in its most practical sense. Resilience that gives businesses the confidence to invest, industries the assurance to expand, and communities the certainty that the electricity they depend on every day will remain reliable and secure.
He said this during the energization of the Sarawak-Sabah Power Grid Interconnection Project ceremony at the Sabah International Convention Center, SICC, on Saturday. Also in attendance were Sabah Chief Minister, Dato Sri Panglima Haji Jinor, and other distinguished guests. For the record, this grid integration supplies up to 50 megawatt of electricity from Sarawak to Sabah with a capacity that can potentially be increased subject to system readiness and long-term planning. This energy integration is realized through the 275 kilovolt Lawas Mangalong transmission line and is part of a 326-kilometer grid expansion that includes the construction of 881 transmission towers and related infrastructure. Meanwhile, the Sarawak Premier explained that this joint achievement by Sabah is built on Sarawak's experience in cross-border energy cooperation. He said that since 2016, Sarawak has exported electricity to West Kalimantan, marking the first cross-border energy integration in Borneo.
The experience gained from this interconnection is what laid the foundation for the Sarawak-Sabah interconnection and reinforced the understanding that power interconnections are not merely technical projects, but strategic enablers of shared and sustainable growth. Aligning closely with Sarawak post-COVID-19 Development Strategy 2030, the Sarawak-Sabah Interconnection Project supports inclusive and sustainable economic development while strengthening electricity reliability and supporting economic activity across both states.
Meanwhile, the energization of the Sarawak-Sabah Power Grid Interconnection Project has been described as the primary catalyst for the development of the Borneo Power Grid, further supporting the realization of the wider ASEAN Power Grid. Dato Patinggi Abang Zohari said that whilst regional energy sharing efforts have been initiated, a comprehensive multilateral cooperation framework among the 11 ASEAN member nations to develop an integrated regional power grid system has yet to be established. According to the Sarawak Premier, ASEAN requires such a model to navigate the numerous legal considerations and various national interests that must be addressed.
Actually, we have started it, and I had the opportunity of expressing our views during the last energy summit in Putrajaya. And our view is there isn't any framework of collaboration among the 11 member countries at the moment. And I did suggest that they can look at the European Union interconnection of power, where not only confined to European Union, but also the Nordic countries supplying power through undersea cable.
Elaborating further, the Premier explained that the now operational Sarawak-Sabah power grid integration serves as a vital starting point for the formation of the Borneo grid, bolstered by the existing interconnection between Sarawak and Kalimantan. He also noted that Sarawak has agreed to supply electricity to Brunei Darussalam, which will form the core of the Borneo power grid, alongside potential connections to the southern Philippines and an agreement to supply electricity to Singapore.
So, in other words, we have started the ball rolling. It's a question of this one is bilateral, not multilateral. You have to have a multilateral framework among the 11 member countries. At least we start with Borneo Grid.
So it is also important for us to map the future of our energy in Borneo.
Touching on Sarawak's energy planning, he said that the state sits in a highly strategic position with the availability of ample energy resources, including renewable energy and low carbon gas based energy.
As I said in my speech, we are very fortunate we got the power resource, both renewable as well as low carbon by using gas, CGT, gas turbine. And now we are developing in Miri 500 megawatt, Bintulu 1000 megawatt, meaning by 2030 installed capacity will be 10,000 megawatt, I mean 10 gigawatt, which can be a basis of power for us to share in Borneo.
The Kitak program has been introduced as an important initiative to enhance awareness of legal rights among students, particularly in relation to issues such as bullying, cyber safety, and the challenges of today's digital world. Deputy Prime Minister Dato Amar Fadilah Yusof said the program is not only aimed at students but also involves teachers, community leaders, and parents in order to ensure a holistic approach to building legal literacy.
Of course fokus kepada pelajar disebabkan untuk kita memberi kesedaran perih pentingnya mereka menyedari apakah hak-hak mereka dalam sudut perundangan. Maknanya literasi perundangan menjadi salah satu fokus kesedaran untuk memberi bagaimana mereka boleh menyalurkan kalau mereka menjadi victim terutamanya kepada bully dan sebagainya.
He was speaking to reporters after officiating the program organized by the Tan Sri Professor Ahmad Ibrahim Foundation at SMK Tunku Abdul Rahman on Saturday. Dato Amma Fadilah added that the rapid development of technology, including artificial intelligence, AI, and the cyber world, has made social challenges increasingly complex, including a rise in cybercrime and cyberbullying cases. The Putrajaya Member of Parliament said the pressure arising from cyberbullying threats has led to incidents of suicide as victims are unable to withstand the stress they experience.
Jadi ini perlu kita memberi kesedaran, mekalkan mereka dengan ilmu dan kemahiran. Kalau berlaku bagaimana mereka nak menyalurkan aduan, bagaimana mereka nak menghadapi tekanan tersebut dan bagaimana mereka boleh menuntut hak mereka dari segi sudut perundangan.
Sarawak has come onto the radar for a potential collaboration with one of Spain's football giants, FC Barcelona. Minister for Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development, Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, said the club's interest was expressed during his working visit to their facilities last year.
During the trip to Barcelona, we went to see the top management of Barcelona FC met us. I was very, very surprised. They're willing to, and they want collaboration with Sarawak. Probably we'll see. Actually, I have brief premiere on that. They want collaboration. Actually, they wanted to have some kind of memorandum of understanding to be signed maybe by March this year kalau dapat.
He made these remarks while delivering his speech at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development Sarawak, MYSED, Kesinambungan Budi event held at a hotel here on Friday. Elaborating further, Dato Sri Abdul Karim, who also served as Sarawak Minister for Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, revealed that the proposed collaboration would not be limited to the development of football in the state, but would also extend to other sports. He said the initiative reflects how global leaders view Sarawak as having strong potential for meaningful partnerships, particularly in advancing the sports sector in the state.
Inilah yang kadang-kadang memberi kita sedikit kebanggaan. If we have not been able to push ourselves globally now, we will not be given that kind of. So, whether it's in sports, whether it's in youth, or the other ministries, I think we have to put ourselves to a certain height to make sure that we live to that impression, outlook, which how the global leaders look at us now.
On another matter, the Sarawak Ministry of Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development, MYSED, plays a highly significant role in developing quality youth and fostering racial unity through sports in Sarawak. Dato Sri Abdul Karim said that although the ministry's sectors may not generate substantial direct returns for the state's economic development, its role in shaping young people who will one day inherit the state's leadership cannot be denied.
Kementerian Belia Sukan dan juga Pembangunan Usahawan, pulangannya berlainan. This is one ministry, kalau kita atur betul-betul, it will be a very impactful ministry. This is one in the ministry that looks after the youth. This is one ministry that is always being seen in the eyes of the people. Karena kita tahu pemimpin mereka yang ada sekarang akan diambil oleh belia yang ada sekarang. Jadi sebab itulah kalau kita tidak acuankan, kalau kita tidak aturkan belia kita dengan betul, what you will be getting in future will be the kind of problems that you see today among the youth.
He added that the sports sector under his ministry has also become a platform for racial unity in Sarawak, as demonstrated through the organization of several large-scale sporting events in the state over the past few years.
The whole of Sarawak, whether you are Dayak, whether you are Chinese, whether you are Malay, whether you are Melanau, Bidayu, Iban, all of us were very, very united just because of sports. That is, well, sports dia ada banyak kebaikannya selain daripada sebagai rekreasi untuk meningkatkan lagi our physique, but it it has another role. Apabila kita terlibat dalam sukan-sukan tertentu, it is above board. Kalau kadang-kadang kita melihat diri kita, saya seorang Melayu, saya seorang Cina, saya seorang Iban dan sebagainya. But when it comes to sport, we will never look at the thing from that angle. We will never tu Melayu, Cina, Iban, Dayak. We will always look at it Sarawak.
The ceremony that evening also saw 36 MYSED staff members being honored, comprising 24 recipients of the 2024 Excellent Service Award (APC), 7 retirees, and 5 MYSED officers who have been transferred to other postings. Behind every bridge spanning a river, every road penetrating the interior, and every public building serving as a lifeline for the people, stand thousands of Jabatan Kerja Raya JKR Sarawak staff who serve regardless of the hour, the weather, or the geographical challenges. This sacrifice and dedication were at the heart of the JKR Sarawak Grand Excellence Gala 2026. Held at the Borneo Convention Center, Kuching, BCCK, the event brought together nearly 1,000 JKR Sarawak personnel from across the state. The director of JKR Sarawak, Dr. Cassidy Morris, noted that the department achieved a 98.79% project implementation rate and nearly 99% financial development performance throughout 2025. He attributed these results to the unwavering commitment and support of the entire JKR Sarawak workforce at every level.
Juga menyatakan kebanggaan kita di dalam pencapaian beberapa inisiatif. Contohnya, kita telah berjaya mencapai kemajuan kewangan berapa persen? 99% ya Bapak Dato' Ahmad. Jadi ini yang membanggakan kita. Ini peringkat JKR Sarawak.
He further explained that the gala was not merely a celebration of past successes, but a platform to unify the workforce and establish a new strategic direction for the coming year.
Jadi pada malam ini sebenarnya tujuan utama majlis kita gala dinner adalah, I make it simple ya Bapak Dato' Ahmad. The first objective is to get everyone together in this room and then move forward with the new way forward for 2026.
The prestigious ceremony was officiated by Sarawak Deputy Premier and Minister for Infrastructure and Port Development, MIPD, Dato' Ahmad Douglas Ugambas, who described JKR Sarawak as the backbone of the state's infrastructural growth. Dato' Ahmad Douglas Uga emphasized that JKR Sarawak's role is vital in ensuring inclusive development, particularly in rural and remote regions.
We did not just build structures, but we built veins and arteries of Sarawak future and economy.
He further stressed that every project carries long-term value for the state and will serve the needs of future generations.
We did not just build structures, but we built veins and arteries of Sarawak future and economy.
Meanwhile, Dr. Cassidy reaffirmed the department's commitment to accelerating project delivery and ensuring all future works are successfully executed for the continued development and well-being of Sarawak.
So we have this objective, and the rest of the objective, of course, is for us to think about achievement and acceleration of the implementation of project. The whole community of JKR Sarawak, the Bapak Dato' Ahmad, is because we want to give the best commitment in terms of implementing projects in Sarawak. So all projects by JKR Sarawak will be implemented successfully in future, and also JKR Sarawak give assurance to provide the best, to deliver the best for Sarawak.
The event was also attended by Deputy Ministers for Infrastructure and Port Development, Dato Insigne Aidil Lariwo and Dato Majang Rengi, as well as MIPD Permanent Secretary, Dato Chiu Chi Yao, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Latif Kupon, and JKR Sarawak staff from across the region. And that's the English edition with me, Nicholas Zechariah Bonnie. More news can be found in our official portal, ucas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. Ending the UCAS Bulletin with coverage of the official launch ceremony for the operation of the Sarawak-Sabah Power Grid Interconnection at the Sabah International Convention Center, SICC, on Saturday. #Salaran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.